Ooh, y'all ain't ready for this one. The internet is shaking right now, and fans are completely divided after the drop of Young Thug's emotional new visual, Miss My Dogs. And let's just say, the reactions. Wild. From tears to straight up smoke, this ain't your typical tribute track. Thugger poured his heart out from behind bars. But it's what happened after the video dropped that got everybody talking. We're talking big name rappers clapping back, and follows flying subliminal IG stories, and even one rapper allegedly throwing hands at a private listening party in ATL.
I know y'all love Thug, and I love y'all. But y'all just bear with me. I'm finna destroy Young Thug. He will not be able to rap no more. Woody, be quiet.
Do you think it's over for Thug, man?
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that we still got about 2 more hours of content.
Yes, fists were thrown over this record, and trust, it ain't all love in the game no more. Some say Young Thug is calling out people he once fed, while others believe he's just speaking his truth. But either way, feelings got hurt and egos got bruised. Rumors are swirling. Who's the snake Thug was talking about? Why did Gunna's camp allegedly respond in under 15 minutes? And why did Lil Baby delete a post the second the video hit 1 million views? This ain't just a song, this is war. And tonight we're breaking it all down. Buckle up. When Young Thug's Miss My Dogs official video dropped, it felt like the whole culture stopped breathing for a second. Fans rushed to hit play expecting pain, maybe a little reflection. But what they got was raw emotion, cryptic lines, and what sounded like a lyrical funeral for friendships that'll never be the same. And as the video racked up millions of views within hours, it wasn't just fans reacting. Rappers, producers, and even old collaborators started chiming in. And Chile, some of them were not happy. The video opens with footage that damn near looked like a memorial. Old clips of Thug, Weisel members, flashes of Gunna, Lil Baby, and even a quick glimpse of Keed. Thug's voice cracks over the beat as he says, "I miss my dogs, but some of y'all bit me before you barked." Whew. The comments section blew up instantly. Fans started decoding bars like it was national treasure. Everybody wanted to know, who was he talking about? By the end of the first verse, speculation was on fire. Blogs started spinning. Did Thug just accuse someone of betrayal? Was this aimed at Gunna for taking that plea deal? Did he shade Lil Baby for staying quiet during the whole YSL case? Things were already heating up, but that wasn't even the half. Hours later, social media erupted when one of Thug's oldest friends, Weisel Duke, posted a now-deleted story with just 2 words, "Nah bro," followed by a broken heart emoji. Fans took screenshots, started dissecting everything. Some said Duke felt blindsided, others said he was defending someone else. But that post sparked a wave of reactions that couldn't be stopped. Then came the real bombshell. A leaked clip from a private listening session held in Atlanta the night before the video dropped. In the clip, you can hear someone off camera say, "He wild for putting that in the video." This gun starts some shut. And then you hear what sounds like a scuffle. Phones go flying. Someone yells, "Keep my name out that weak-ass verse." The room erupts, and then the video cuts. People were quick to say it was Lil Got It who snapped. Allegedly, he felt like Thug was disrespecting Keed's memory by airing dirty laundry in the same breath as a tribute. Someone else in the room, reportedly a mutual friend, tried to calm things down, but Got It wasn't having it. One fan who claimed to be outside the venue tweeted, "They almost..."
Yeah. Well, how you can... Yeah, I'm home.
So what you baby? I miss your pillow.
Oh no. I wasn't expecting to call. My heart is beating fast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you feel like that. Sure.
Thank you.
I wonder what your heart gonna do when I see you.
Oh my god, I don't know. What I would do.
Fought over that song. It ain't all love in Weisel no more. But the reactions weren't just limited to Atlanta. Within 15 minutes of the video going live, Gunna's official burner account, yeah, the one fans been speculating about, liked a tweet that said, "Some folks miss they dogs but forget they left the gate open." Now, whether that was intentional or not, the timing was suspicious. And fans? Oh, they ran with it. Screenshots, think pieces, and conspiracy threads flooded the timeline. By the next morning, Lil Baby had posted a black square on Instagram with no caption, just black, and then deleted it 2 hours later. Fans went into overdrive. Some thought he was mourning the loss of his friendship with Thug. Others thought he was trying to stay neutral and got dragged into drama anyway. Either way, the streets were talking. Meanwhile, back in Atlanta, Mama Thug, yes, Young Thug's actual mum, was seen arriving at the studio. Sources say she pulled up after hearing about the listening party altercation. One insider claimed she walked in and said, "You're not going to turn this into no circus while my son in there fighting for his life. Keep it cute." Whew. Fans were surprised to see her step into the drama, but it only added fuel to the fire. If Thug's own mother felt the need to intervene, you know it was deeper than just music. And just when people thought the dust might settle, Travis Scott jumped in. He commented under the video, "Forever slime," with a snake emoji. Innocent, right? Not when you realize that Gunna and Travis had just been spotted together 2 weeks earlier at a private fashion dinner in Paris. Fans started dragging Travis for playing both sides. One even wrote, "You slime in Atlanta, but drip in Paris." That comment alone had over 18,000 likes. Things kept spiraling when footage from the set of the Miss My Dogs video surfaced. Someone behind the scenes leaked clips showing a wall full of Polaroids, each one supposedly representing a lost dog. Among them were obvious ones: Lil Keed, Yak Gotti, and even Thug's late brother. But there were two blurred out faces that got people speculating. Some said it was Gunna and Lil Baby. Others thought one of them might be Metro Boomin, who's been eerily quiet during all of this. The silence from Metro spoke volumes. Fans started digging through his likes, comments, and stories looking for anything. One user pointed out that Metro recently unfollowed 4 accounts quietly, and one of them was Gunna's label page. No announcement, no drama, just a silent click that sent Stan Twitter into chaos. And it wasn't just rappers feeling a type of way. Fans, especially those from Atlanta, started choosing sides. Team Thug, Team Gunna, Team They All Wrong. It was like watching a musical custody battle play out on social media. Twitter spaces were lit up all night. One room had nearly 5,000 listeners arguing about who betrayed who stayed solid, and who's just playing the victim. By now, the blogs couldn't keep up. Hollywood Unlocked, Say Cheese, Spiritual Word, and On Site all had conflicting reports. One claimed Thug had personally approved the visuals to include a crossed-out photo of Gunna, though no such image appeared in the final cut. Another said the OG version of the track had a whole extra verse that name-dropped multiple artists, but was allegedly pulled last minute by Thug's legal team. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, a tweet from Keed's baby mama went viral. In it, she wrote, "Don't let nobody fake cry over my baby and throw subs at the same time." No names, no tags, but everyone knew who she was talking about. The comments were brutal. Some called her out for being messy, others defended her for speaking up. Either way, it was clear, the song had hit a nerve. And as the video climbed to 5 million views in just 48 hours, the pressure was building. Rumors began swirling that Atlanta radio stations had been told to avoid playing the track unless specifically requested. Some insiders claimed it was a legal move tied to Thug's ongoing case. Others said it was more about keeping the peace. Either way, fans noticed, and they started demanding answers. The next night, during a sold-out show in Miami, Gunna performed a freestyle over the Fukamine instrumental and dropped a bar that made jaws drop. "Dogs bite when they lonely, but I never needed a leash." The crowd went silent for half a second before erupting. Was that a response? Was that his way of saying he never switched up? And that's where things really started to unravel. The moment Gunna dropped that freestyle in Miami, "Dogs bite when they lonely, but I never needed a leash." The crowd knew it wasn't just a bar. It was a bullet. Cameras caught fans in the front row with their hands over their mouths. Some were cheering, others just looked stuck. The video hit Twitter within minutes, and by the end of the night, it had gone viral. Comments were flooding in. Some fans were hyping Gunna up, saying he'd been too quiet for too long. Others were accusing him of pouring gas on a fire that was already burning out of control. But the freestyle wasn't the only thing that had people talking. The next day, a producer named Kells, who's worked with both Thug and Gunna in the past, tweeted something cryptic. "Ain't nobody been real since the studio started smelling like perfume and lies." Fans didn't know who exactly he was talking about, but one thing was clear. More people from the inside were starting to speak up. Meanwhile, Thug's legal team stayed silent, but fans noticed a subtle change. Thug's official account updated its bio. It now read, "Free me, but don't free the fake." That one line caused chaos. Blogs reposted it, fans screenshotted it. One Instagram comment read, "This beef gon' end in a documentary." And honestly, they might be right. The tension spread beyond just Weisel. Now, artists who had been associated with both sides started feeling the pressure to pick a lane. Roddy Ricch, who had a collab with both Thug and Gunna, turned off his comments after fans started spamming his posts with rat emojis and snake gifs. One day later, he deleted his most recent photo with Gunna from his page. Coincidence? Fans didn't think so. Then, out of nowhere, Young Nudie jumped into the mix. During a live show in Birmingham, he paused mid-set and said, "I don't do all that slick talk. You'll know who stayed solid, you'll know who folded." Atlanta watching, the crowd went wild. Nudie didn't say no names, but you could feel the shade. Fans were reposting the clip with captions like, "Even Nudie done picked a side," and YSL getting smaller by the day. But the most unexpected reaction came from an OG, Birdman. Yes, Birdman. He went live on Clubhouse late that night, and within 5 minutes, the room was packed with thousands of listeners. Birdman, in his usual calm but intimidating tone, said, "Look, Slime one of the realest out here. I seen who he fed, who he protected, who he believed in. When the storm hit, some stayed, some ran. Let the people decide." It was short, but the message was loud, and you could tell. He wasn't on Gunna's side. Around this time, a fake snippet started circulating online, a verse supposedly from an unreleased Young Thug track titled "Silent Screams." In it, you could hear someone rapping, "We broke bread, you broke code, now your name getting whispered in the streets like mold." Fans were eating it up. They didn't even care if it was real. The energy was shifting. People wanted blood. And through all of this, Thug's sister, Dolly White, remained eerily quiet. People were expecting her to say something, especially after that infamous Instagram live she did back when Gunna first took the plea. But this time, silence. Until she reposted a screenshot of a text that said, "Loyalty ain't loud, but betrayal always echoes." Boom. No caption. No explanation, just that. And the internet lost it. Soon, more drama spilled into real life. One night at the popular Atlanta club Oak, someone from Gunna's camp reportedly got into it with someone from Thug's circle. No cameras, no footage, but multiple sources said bottles were thrown. Security had to separate folks, and one person got escorted out. Nobody got hurt, but the tension, undeniable. Meanwhile, Lil Baby was catching heat for staying silent. Fans were demanding a response. Some even called him fake for not defending Thug publicly. But then, out of nowhere, Baby posted a snippet to his story, an unreleased track where he raps. "Been too quiet. Now I'm getting blamed. Stayed out the drama. Still get the shame." Fans didn't know whether to feel bad for him or call it a weak move. Either way, Baby was clearly feeling the pressure. And just when the internet thought it had calmed down, Thug's team dropped behind-the-scenes footage from the Miss My Dogs shoot. In the clip, there's a quiet moment where the camera pans to a wall with 3 names written on sticky notes. 2 of them blurred out, one in clear view, Sergio. Fans instantly knew that's Gunna's real name, Sergio Kitchens. And that's when it became real. Subtle or not, this was war. Radio hosts started picking sides too. One Atlanta DJ went live on air and said, "We support Thug, point blank. We don't play them halfway loyalty games over here." Another host in LA clapped back, saying, "If you'll want to cancel every artist who took a plea, half the game gone, be unemployed." It became a national debate, loyalty versus legal survival, and no one had clear answers. But maybe the most heartbreaking reaction came from an unexpected place. Keed's mom. She posted an old picture of Keed, Thug, and Gunna all laughing backstage at a concert. The caption read, "My boys, all of y'all, this pain ain't entertainment. You're breaking something that used to be beautiful." Fans were stunned. The comment section filled with prayers.
I just beat him off. Rico. Come home. Still talking about, oh, rat. Bro, that's God. That ain't never God. Biting you back in your... Bro, cause you supposed to been thankful that you just beat a life sentence and a Rico. They came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Man, look, you came back and bought some dick. But that ain't the key. The thing is, too, though, He brainwashed people. He still got people on talking about, and you ever heard what y'all on either. You got one AI, and did that in the third, and he ain't rat on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about like Gunnar Radis from saying yes ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a rap by saying they said Roscoe the bust up. And then a nigga Roscoe did 10 years behind it, and you just got on the internet tomorrow, didn't rat on you? Boy, so brainwash is sickening. Y'all need daddy figures, and y'all be sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around, maybe put me on, maybe I can get something out. Roscoe, you the worst. You ain't the worst, and then the rap himself. You did 10 years between behind it. Roscoe, you did 10 years behind it, bro. And you just come on the internet and didn't tell on you.
The comment section filled with prayers, heart emojis, and people begging the drama to end. It was the first time someone reminded the world that real lives were behind these lyrics. By this point, even Spotify and Apple Music had jumped into the mess. Miss My Dogs was trending #1, but playlists were starting to split. Some platforms put it in New Music Friday, others quietly left it out. Fans noticed. People started accusing certain platforms of being biased. Spotify issued a generic statement about editorial discretion, but the timing was just too weird. Meanwhile, back in Atlanta, insiders claimed that a few of Thug's close friends were trying to set up a private sit-down, a meeting between key members of the YSL circle to clear the air and avoid any more public fallout. The idea was reportedly pushed by Mama Thug and a few other respected OGs in the city, but sources say one person refused to show up. They didn't say who, but fans had their theories. And as all this was happening, Thug's team quietly released a press statement. It didn't address the drama directly, but it included one line that had everyone talking. Young Thug appreciates the outpouring of support for his art during this difficult time. He asks that the focus remain on his message, not misinterpretations. But fans weren't having it. One Twitter user wrote, "Nah, y'all knew what y'all were doing. That song ain't just art. That was a warning." Now, behind closed doors, labels were scrambling. Execs from Atlantic 300 and even Warner had reportedly started discussing how to handle the growing tension between their artists. Some feared the beef could spill into award season. Others worried about legal issues if the disses kept escalating. Nobody wanted to see another situation turn violent, and yet, no one seemed to know how to stop it. As Miss My Dogs climbed to #2 on the Billboard charts, passing artists like Drake and Doja Cat, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a song anymore. It was a moment, a dividing line, a lyrical funeral that left fans mourning not just fallen friends, but the death of an entire era in Atlanta rap. And just when it seemed like the drama had reached its peak, a surprise audio leak hit the internet that took everything to another level. It was an unfinished diss track, supposedly recorded by Thug before he got locked up, and somehow someone from the inside leaked it. The song, titled Cemetery Confessions, wasn't even mixed, but the lyrics, sharp enough to slice through concrete. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. In the snippet, Thug raps, "Bought you chains, you turned snake. Now your name don't ring, it just ache." And then in a slowed down outro, he says, "I miss my dog, but if the collar don't fit, let the leash go." That one line had social media spinning. Everyone from fans to industry insiders was scrambling to find out who leaked it, and more importantly, why now? Rumors started flying that someone inside YSL, maybe even someone close to Thug's management, had released the track without permission. One theory claimed it was meant as a warning to silence folks who'd been speaking out. Another theory, that it was never supposed to drop at all, and the leak was a betrayal from the inside. Either way, the internet went up in flames, and that's when things took a shocking turn. On a popular podcast hosted by a former Atlanta promoter named Breezy B, a guest came on claiming to be a former affiliate of YSL. At first, fans weren't paying much attention, but halfway through the episode, he dropped a bomb. "You're looking at Gunna, you're looking at Baby, but you're not paying attention to who really flipped first." He didn't say the name. He just smiled, leaned back in his chair and said, "Check the paperwork." Within hours, Reddit and Twitter were flooded with screenshots, documents, and old mugshots. The internet detectives went crazy. One name kept popping up, an underground artist known as Peso Petty, a low-key producer who had worked on early YSL mixtapes. Fans started saying he might have been cooperating from the beginning. And if that was true, everything changes. Some fans felt played, others felt vindicated. But what made things worse was that Peso Petty went live that same night and said, "If you ain't do nothing wrong, why you worried about who talking?" The comment section went off. Emojis, death threats, snake emojis. People were mad. Petty didn't back down. He doubled down and said, "You'll worship these dudes like they gods. I was just trying to make it home to my kids." And whether you agree with him or not, his name was now trending alongside Thug and Gunna. Meanwhile, the betrayal rumors weren't stopping. Someone from Thug's inner circle, someone people trusted, allegedly started shopping around exclusive footage to streaming platforms for a tell-all documentary. Yes, a docu-series. Word on the street is, the footage includes studio sessions, court prep meetings, and even jailhouse phone calls. Fans were disgusted. "How you gonna sell out your brother for a check?" one fan commented. Others called for the leaker to be exposed. Inside the industry, folks started distancing themselves quietly. Executives who used to proudly post photos with Thug started deleting them. A&R reps were going ghost. One artist, who recently dropped a collab with Gunna, cancelled an appearance on a podcast after they asked if he'd be addressing the drama. It was clear. Nobody wanted smoke with either side. And then, out of nowhere, Charlemagne the God did an interview that turned everything upside down. On a special episode of The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne sat down with Thug's older cousin, Terence Big Slime Ferguson, a man who's rarely spoken publicly. Dressed in all black and wearing dark glasses, Terence wasted no time. "They out here playing with my cousin's name like he ain't feed families. Like he ain't bring half these rappers out the gutter." The room got quiet. Then he dropped the real tea. "You'll keep talking about Gunna taking a plea. Cool. But what about the rapper who said they'd testify if they ain't removed from the indictment?" Fans were stunned. Was this another name? Another betrayal? Charlemagne pushed back, asking, "You saying there's someone bigger than Gunna who cooperated?" Terence leaned forward and whispered, "Way bigger." Boom. Clip went viral instantly. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Even the Shade Room reposted it. Fans started speculating like crazy. Some pointed fingers at a well-known Atlanta artist who hadn't been seen in months. Others guessed someone from Thug's legal team, but nobody could confirm anything. Meanwhile, back in Atlanta, a secret Weissel group chat was allegedly leaked. In it, someone wrote, "We knew he'd flip, just didn't know he'd smile while doing it." That one line became a meme, a lyric, a trending hashtag. People started applying it to every shady situation in the industry. Even some rappers started tweeting it with no context. Fans were shook, but not everyone was against Gunna. A surprising wave of support started building for him, especially among younger fans and new generation artists. Some argued that he did what he had to do to survive. Others said Thug's own lyrics left room for interpretation. A TikTok trend even started where users lip-synced the line, "I miss my dogs," and then cut to themselves in designer outfits with captions like, "But I still ate regardless." The divide was getting deeper. Not just artist versus artist, but generation versus generation. And in the middle of all this, Drake finally said something. Not in a post, not in an interview, but in a verse. At the end of a surprise guest appearance during a Metro Boomin concert, Drake performed a new song and added an extra 4 bars. "Seen dogs turn to hyenas. Lions turn to snakes. Learned my lesson. Now I only eat off my own plate." Fans were frozen. Drake had famously collaborated with Thug and Gunna. Now it sounded like he was drawing a line. Blogs ran wild with the caption, "Drake chooses Thug over Gunna." But as always, Drake stayed silent. And just when you thought the storm might pass, a new photo dropped that blew everything up again. An unreleased behind-the-scenes shot from the Miss My Dogs video surfaced on a fan page. And in the background, a board with names. One name at the top had a big red X through it. And though it was blurry, fans were convinced it said Sergio. Again, another clear shot at Gunna. If it was real, it confirmed what everyone suspected. Thug was done with him. In response, Gunna posted a photo on his story. Him in the studio, hoodie on, head down, middle finger to the camera. No caption, no tag, just vibes. But fans knew what it meant, and through it all, one man stayed silent. Metro Boomin. People had been begging Metro to say something, pick a side, show loyalty, but he kept dodging it, until he reposted a fan video of Thug rapping the "I Miss My Dogs" chorus, with the caption, "Some pain don't fade." Fans took that as confirmation. Metro was riding with Thug. But if you think the story ends there, you're wrong. Because that same night, Thug's team posted a teaser, a blurry photo of a studio mic, with the caption, "Letter to the fake ones, coming soon." The city held its breath. The teaser posted by Thug's team sent shockwaves through social media. Fans were already buzzing, speculating what the letter to the fake ones meant. Was it a new song? A personal message? Or maybe a full-on diss track ready to drop straight from jail? The suspense was killing everyone. Days later, an anonymous source close to Thug confirmed that the letter was indeed a series of recorded phone calls he made from prison. Raw, unfiltered, and dripping with emotion. These calls, compiled into a track,
clean as Listerine, man, clean as Irish soap, you feel what I'm saying? I done the time, I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go to interrogation room, that's what you do. He told me, man, we said the Wayne Carter, what's wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Lineup selected. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do, a real street. Kept it solid, kept it overly real, you feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole. So I don't know, you feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the PR now, y'all don't remember when I was locked up. Now, let me just show you how the PRs and the internet selective politics. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real. When I was locked up, and Jeff was locked up, we went viral. And they're like, that's the type of friend you want. He's like, man, Russell ain't told y'all that thing. Yeah, that's the beauty there. That's the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those, everybody is in the state room, they're in the interrogation room, and they gave statements.
into a track, was set to release as an exclusive on a popular streaming platform. This was Thug's way of speaking directly to his dogs, his friends, his enemies, and the fans. It was his truth, uncut. When the track dropped, the internet exploded. Thug's voice was tired but filled with fire. He rapped, "You say loyalty's dead, but you bury the truth. Those who stayed silent don't get my proof." The chorus was haunting, repeating, miss my dogs, but I see the snakes all around." Fans who had followed the drama for months felt the pain and betrayal in his words. Emotions ran high, and the family was left divided more than ever. The song didn't just call out Gunna, it also seemed to aim at the entire music industry. Thug rapped about fake friends, lawyers with agendas, and a system designed to break them all. In one verse, he even hinted at a bigger conspiracy involving his arrest. "They want me quiet, but my voice loud. I'm the king, even behind bars, I wear the crown." The reaction was instant. Gunna's camp fired back with social media posts defending their loyalty. One tweet read, "We all do what we gotta do to protect our families." But fans noticed the energy wasn't the same. The once flashy, confident Gunna seemed more reserved, as if Thug's words hit deeper than anyone wanted to admit. The drama also reignited old tensions. The sit-down meeting that was rumored to have been planned months ago finally happened, but only with some members of the YSL circle. Sources said the meeting was heated, with raised voices, accusations thrown like daggers, and tears from some of the younger artists caught in the crossfire. One insider described it as family therapy gone wrong. And yet, amidst the chaos, a few moments of hope emerged. Thug's mother was spotted visiting several artists in the hospital after a late-night accident involving a member of Thug's crew. The visit was seen as a peace offering, a reminder that despite all the drama, family and loyalty should always come first. Meanwhile, fans started organizing virtual prayer chains on social media, hoping for Thug's release and the healing of the fractured community. TikTok creators made heartfelt videos using clips from Miss My Dogs, showing the pain behind the music. Many said this wasn't just a song, it was a movement. But no story this intense could end without another bombshell. Just days after Thug's letter release, a mysterious figure appeared on a late-night live stream. A man claiming to be a former YSL member who had left the crew years ago. He went by the name Ghost and said he had dirt on everyone involved. "This ain't about who flipped or who stayed loyal," he said. "This about who's really running the game from behind the scenes." Fans were glued to their screens as Ghost promised to drop proof the next day. The next morning, a package was sent anonymously to several hip-hop news outlets. Inside, photos, voice memos, and documents suggesting that some of the biggest names in Atlanta's rap scene had been playing both sides all along. It was a power play, one that no one saw coming as the evidence started leaking. A few big names quietly started losing sponsorships, and some social media accounts went dark. The city was left reeling. Was this the real reason for the tension? A battle for control, not just loyalty. Amidst this new chaos, Thug's lawyer released a statement saying, "The truth will come out, but justice takes time." Young Thug remains focused on his music and family. Meanwhile, Gunna posted a cryptic message. Sometimes the realest stories aren't the ones told. Fans were left with more questions than answers. The last shot came from none other than Lil Baby, who dropped a surprise freestyle titled Crossroads. In it, he rapped about friendship, betrayal, and survival. Lines like, "In this game, the snakes wear the same face. Loyalty's a war, and we all gotta pick a place." It felt like a response to the entire saga. Some fans praised Baby's maturity, while others felt it was a subtle diss to both Thug and Gunna. The drama had turned into a saga, full of emotional conflicts, betrayals, and an entire city watching as a family was left divided. And just when everyone thought this would calm down, whispers started about a possible reunion show once Thug gets out. Would the dogs really come back together, or is this the end of an era? The Young Thug and Gunna saga surrounding Miss My Dogs has turned into more than just music drama. It's become a deep, emotional story of loyalty, betrayal, and survival in the rap game. Fans are shocked by every twist, from leaked diss tracks to secret meetings, and the family has been left divided in ways no one expected. Emotions ran high as old friends turned into rivals, and the line between brotherhood and business blurred. With multiple unexpected betrayals and revelations, it's clear this story isn't over. Will Thug and Gunna ever bury the hatchet? Who else might still be hiding secrets behind the scenes? And what does this mean for Atlanta's rap scene moving forward? The fans are desperate for answers, and the music world is watching closely. Now, it's your turn. What do you think really went down between Thug and Gunna? Do you believe the leaks and rumors, or do you think it's all just hype? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because we want to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the drama and want more deep dives like this. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest rap news and behind the scenes tea. This story is still unfolding, and you won't want to miss a single update. Until next time, stay tuned, stay real, and as always, keep your circle tight, because in this game, loyalty is everything.